All right, today is June 15th, 2022. What a day. This was quite an interesting day, but I'm going to do two recaps over these 2 days. I believe I've done a recap for the previous day already. I think I have. Because I started recording, I realized that when I was talking, I was like, I do remember doing a recap for this. Maybe I didn't post it. But anyway, doesn't matter. We'll just continue. As you can see, we carried on trading this way through this day. This was a really good day for me. Really, really good day. Only just because it was a trading range, right? Trading range days tend to be really, really cool, at least in the group that I trade with. Everybody loves days like this. And I remember when I used to hate days like this, but these are usually the easiest days to trade because they just follow, you just have to apply the same premise all the time, which is buy low, sell high. You don't even need big setups. I mean, there's setups all over the place, but this day I wasn't actually just doing that. I was just buying. Every time we made a new low, I just bought. New low, bought. And then when we made new highs, I just sold. Like, wasn't so much new highs, but every time we just kind of gapped up a bit, I just sold. And then, oh, new low, buy. And it just went up, sold. Wedge, sold. That's literally what happened. The open was a bit confusing. I didn't actually have this drawn at the time. I know we're in a trading range just based on what we had done the previous day. We opened in the middle of the range, so it wasn't anything, nothing had really changed, if that makes sense. So therefore it was okay to trade as if you're trading this range. It's different if you're opening outside the range kind of thing up here, and that is such a big gap that things have changed, that traders are gonna react in a very different way. So I find that whenever you open sort of in between the high and the low, bang in the middle, you tend to sort of follow the same patterns. Um, all right, so we had this big down. I remember seeing this bar, and I was like, "Oh, this is Globex low was down here, if I remember correctly. This is Globex low, and Globex low was here. The 20 MA was here. We opened over here, and I was like, when this bar opened, we were already here. I thought, shoot, I could have just taken a short. And the reason why is this is always going to be tested. It's such a strong magnet. The Globex low is also a very strong magnet. Price is always going to test it. Anyway, so I didn't take that short. A friend of mine did a quick scalp, got out. Really good because the bars are big, right? So you could have just gotten like 5 or 6 points just from this alone. Tight stop too. Or you could have put your stop up here. I took a short below this bar. I just reckoned that, okay, we had this big bar. I know there are buyers below, but I just thought, okay, this moving average is actually not a good idea. But moving average over there, I thought, okay, if this, I don't mind selling a bar, put the stop up here, went down here, got a 5 point move, I think, out of that, which was great. I was very happy about that. Then we went up, and remember this was an outside bar, an outside up bar, and I actually have an indicator that I was using. Now, what does that mean? God knows, because I know that outside you have this outside up here as well, but then you should always shorten any reaction from an outside up or something like that. But anyway, that worked out there. So I thought, okay, I'll go long here. So I bought this bar close because I thought, okay, they're buyers here because they're buyers here. I don't mind buying here. I'll put a stop down here. Bought this, got out over there. It just didn't dawn on me this was a double top and also a test of the 15-minute moving average. Now, the 15-minute moving average is such a strong moving average, especially when you're trend trading. Because you got to think about it from a higher time frame perspective. You've been rejecting this moving average since the previous day. Of course, when you test it here, you're also going to reject it the first time. It's generally what happens with moving averages. And it just didn't dawn on me. Colleague in the room said he was going short here, and I think because he saw this double top, he was also looking at bookmap. I don't look at bookmap, but people in bookmap always kind of have an idea of what's going on. And he went short, and I think he held short for quite a bit. And this kind of went down, and I had a bit of FOMO. I think I scalped it a bit, and then I got out. And then I now realized what was going on. We started to wedge, and it just dawned on me that we were breaking out. When we started to do this, it just dawned on me what exactly was going on here. And that's when I drew this box and drew this. We started to wedge, and then I bought this low. Sorry, excuse me. I actually bought the low, this low. No, I bought this low, previous day low over here. Took a scalp all the way to the moving average. Got a few points out of that. I think about 15 or 10 points or something. I got really made a good profit on this one. I had a nice double top. Second entry short here. At the moving average, I guess this would have been a good short down here, but I wouldn't have taken it. I did mark in my notes. You have a micro double top here. This is a really good short, but I didn't take it. But then we had another test of the low of day again. I went long here one more time. got out at the moving average. I think at this point, I started to notice that we're selling at the moving average. We started to form a triangle here. Had two legs down. I bought this long short here. This bought with this, not long short. 3 bear bars, not really a good short. Anyway, outside down bar, bought this level here, got out just at a moving average. Another down level here. I realized we have a wedge, so I actually bought this and rode this all the way up. Had about 24 points. That was beautiful there. Got out there. I remember saying to a friend that this is a sell setup because we have a double top. I was like, this level was disturbing, and look at what it did. This one's another issue, caused this pullback, so therefore we have a wedge top. This level will probably be an issue, and of course it now made sense because this is a spike pullback channel 1, 2, 3. This is just a test of the bottom of the wedge, and therefore this is a credible sell as a double top. As you can see, not only did it go down, it went all the way down. I bought this low. I was just buying lows. Got out there. I remember trading ranges always have head and shoulders. So you have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, and usually have a double top or a double top here. If you have a head and shoulders, you have a double top. So anyway, so trading ranges always have a head and shoulders top, or a head and shoulders bottom and a double bottom, and double top. Anyway, you know exactly what I mean. So anyway, so we had that. Then we got this breakout, a pullback. And what kind of, I was now not really sure what to do because I was like, okay, we're in a trading range today. It's probably a broad bear channel. I didn't think it was a broad bear channel at the time, but I remember that I was like, every single low has been bought, right? Every new low has been bought. So of course, this is going to be bought. At first, I bought here, then I sold here, got out here. I was now confused. I was like, what am I doing? I'm changing my premise. This is not a trend. We're not trending down. We're too oversold on the daily chart. If anything, we should be buying. So I was just watching this, and I remember seeing this bar come down, and it worked back up, and I was like, I need this bar to touch the low of this, to close this gap. So whatever was happening here, this bull bar came and it closed this gap. I was like, okay, great. So that tells me already that if we go any lower, that bulls will be more willing to buy. We had a bull bar here, opened around here, and it just went up. I had my order just above it to go long because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to, for another pullback, so basically a situation like this. I wasn't ready for that. So I just thought, look, whatever happens, if it comes out, I'm just going to get out and just go short. But instead, it just went up. It was a nice wedge bottom, and boom, we had a massive, massive rise. Bulls could not get this to print a bull bar on the daily chart. It still remained as a bear bar. We had a test of the Globex low, which was over here. Actually, this exact price was the Globex low. And you can see it was also the opening price. Or was it here? It was the Globex low? One of them. And we just could not seem to get any higher from it. I had a wedge top, and obviously that closed the day. I didn't even take that short. Right, so today, how did I trade today? Today was a bit tricky. We're at resistance. As you can see, this is the previous day high. This is also the Globex high. And we've been rallying strongly in the overnight session. Right, so again, looking at the tick chart, where is it? I think this can't be it. No, that was yesterday. Yeah, we've been rallying so strongly in the overnight. So as you can see, we rallied strongly, pulled back, a higher low, really strongly. No, this is FOMC. Sorry. Yeah, so look, we've been rallying really strongly. You can almost say it was very tiny pullbacks, but holding this moving average all the way up into the open. So it was a very strong bull trend. And it wasn't like we're getting big, massive pullbacks. We were doing very, very so in a bull channel. So it was, it was something to watch. And I thought, this is interesting. So we opened up in here. I had Owl on the stream. And, I was watching this and I thought, okay, what am I going to do? We printed a bull bar first. First we started going up, then we came down. Then we now had a bear bar. At this point, I thought, bear bar, bull bar, we're having a trading range open over here. Then we now had a bull breakout. And at this point, I thought, I don't think I can buy this. This bar 2 is a problem for me. If bar 2 were a bull bar, maybe. But bar 2 is a bear bar. That tells me that bears are already selling in a bull trend, right? Bears don't sell in a breakout, at least not like this. This is not a breakout. So even this looked like a breakout. I saw this bar, I was like, okay, this is a buy to close here, but it now closed as a bear bar below this bull bar. So this is a second, so this is the first pullback, the second pullback. It looks like we're forming a wedge. Third pullback, I considered a short here, and I think I missed my entry because I wasn't looking. I can't remember what happened, but I did short this bar and got out here because Al confused me. And again, did not mute Al. Whenever Al is speaking, I always find it's better to just mute him so it does not confuse me. And I was like, what is going on? What's going on? And the reason why Al was saying that is because we have a magnet up here, which was the May low, and we haven't tested it. And it's such a strong magnet. I mean, I think we tested it over here, right? Yeah, it was. We tested it. I'm looking at the daily chart. This is the May low. We hadn't tested it. So I was like, well, we're probably going to go higher. We're probably going to go higher. To me, I was like, this looks like a wedge top above a moving average. I think we're going into a trading range. Anyway, so this went down, saw this. And at this point, I was now confused. I was like, what should I do? Should I take this short or should I just hold and wait? I said, I don't mind my stop being up here. It's only about, what, 15 points? Anyway, now when I went in the group, I said, guys, YOLO, I'm going short. Whatever happens, happens. I put my stop up here. If it goes back up, I'm sure I'll be able to sell again. We're not getting good follow through here. It does not look like a breakout. Basically, I think what I was worried about was this situation. We had a day where we had a bull trend, but there's a reason why I thought it would be this situation. Where you have a bull, you have bear bars. As you're going up, you have a wedge top, and then you now had a big, massive bull breakout. But the reason why I wasn't sure is because this is at support. It's not exactly at resistance like we are. So I thought, okay, this is not going to be the same situation. So anyway, I now went short and held all the way down towards the moving average. I think I got out of bar 16. And then this kind of went down. I was like, oh, well, I guess this is looking like a trading range. And then I shorted this bar, got out here, and then I now went long here. I went long as this bar was forming because I just thought, okay, if it's a trading range, it's a bear leg, this is a bull leg, this is a bear leg, we should try and test at least the 9 high. The 19 high. What was it, the 19 high? I remember saying to everyone, the 19 high is important. And we'll probably go sideways from there. So I took this long from here, got out the 19 high, and then this just kept going up. And it just dawned on me, no, this is the first pullback, this is the second, third. And at that point, I felt so stupid getting out. I took some stupid trades up here, just formal. At this point, I just thought, okay, just get out. This is probably not going to come all the way up here. I then also, we had a wedge top after 3 pullback, 3 attempts to go down. I took it short here. I was so proud of myself. I held it all the way down to the bottom. Because it just was closing. It was just so sweet. Like, these are the trades you love, where you just see price going down like this. You have a lower high, so chances are we're going to break this low. So I really wanted to see that. We didn't exactly break it. We just ticked below it. And then we now had this. And I thought this was just a pullback to make the third level down. It wasn't a pullback to do that. Instead, it was a natural next leg up in the trading range. And I thought, oh dear, this is not working out the way I wanted. So I let it go. Didn't want to just enter FOMO. Because remember, it's a trading range, so you want to be buying these lows. And I didn't buy this low. This would have been a good low. Because you remember, buyers are here. There should be some buyers here as well. They bought off this moving average. They're probably going to buy a bit over here. So I didn't buy it anyway because I was expecting a third low down. But we didn't get that. So anyway, so what ended up happening was we got here. We started to have this just before the FOMC meeting. And it just was not, I was not encouraged by what I saw there. At which point I now thought, I'm not sure I want to trade this. Then the FOMC started. Now the question was, how was I going to trade that? And this is where I had to switch to the, this is the wrong chart. I had to switch back to the 8,000 tick chart just so I could see what was going on in this mess over here. As you can see, I drew my wedges because, I was giving his own thoughts, and everything I was saying was the opposite of what I was seeing. So he was like, oh, they're buying. And I was like, but I see they're selling. I was like, I see a wedge. So I took it short. What did I take it short? We saw this wedge. I bought here, and I just bought below this area. So I bought here and got out around here. Again, I was so proud of myself because I held through some of this pullback stuff. Then I was going to take this short here. It went below this bear bar, took a short down here, got out just for a few points. I think it was about, I made 10 points on this, I made 10 points here. And then I remember a friend of mine, I think he traded this whole entire thing because he was also looking at the same chart. So he traded this two-legged thing over here. And then I thought we might get a third leg down, but I remembered like, we don't get a third leg. I remember seeing, because we had all these wicks, we're probably going to start buying. So we started buying. A friend of mine went long here. I didn't actually join him. I went long around on this bar. And I was like, dude, this is almost the top of the range. You should never go long. Your stop needs to be down here. And I was trading minis as well. I had never ever done so much like that before. I just got 10 points out of that, got out. Then caught another really amazing move up here. I had never ever gotten so many points on one trade in such a short space of time. I think I got like 24, 30 points. I bought it here and went all the way up there. And that's where I sold. Then I did some stupid things. I was having such a great day that I started doing stupid things. So I remember I was saying buy, buy, buy because we have a strong trade up. So I bought at the top, went down, bought some more, I started losing money, and I had to give up everything I had. I basically lost half of everything I made in here on here. So I gave up on that. And then I can't remember what I did. I traded. Did I trade this move? Oh, I traded my other account. Did something really stupid. The account is not as liquid as this account that I'm trading, and I bought a mini instead of a micro, and that now just went all the way down, and my broker stopped me out here, just here, and then this went up. I was so upset, but I think there was a lesson there, which is just don't do dumb, stupid things when you're trading. Most of the times when I lose money, it's because I'm doing something stupid and dumb. I'm not doing anything that I'm not taking a trade that is not working out, but I'm taking a trade that has a low probability of working out, and I'm sizing in a bit too much. I've done that a few times, and yeah, I'm only saying this now because I know a lot of traders who struggle with it too. I have too. Um, you have to sometimes just stop. It's so easy to make and lose money when you're trading because it's just clicking buttons. At this point, I just stopped and didn't even bother taking any more trades. I mean, I had a really nice profit today, but yeah, I will not. I learned a big lesson with that. I mean, seeing this play out, I think what really was so encouraging was watching this chart play out and seeing how things were developing and seeing how patterns were all working out. I was really happy with that because I was really worried that none of this is going to work out. I mean, on the 5 minute chart, it was hard to read because you're just seeing these wicks and it's hard to use that for price action. But here, everything was just kind of playing out the way I was expecting it to. But yeah, so the lesson for me is not only, trading ranges I love because, you just buy the lows. Even if you don't have a good setup sometimes, you could just buy this and, use a wide stop. I would have put my stop here. I normally use a 30-point stop, so that's like about here would have been my stop. And trading ranges, I generally tend to do that. I use a wide stop, and then if it comes down, I just buy some more because I just know we're in a trading range, so chances are we're going up. This doesn't look like a bear trend. And even if we go up a bit, we'll probably, if we're going down, we'll go up a bit. But we've already bought strongly here, we should buy strongly again. It didn't look like a bear trend, not at least the way this was shaping out. This bit, I just learned, the lesson learned here is trade very small and use really wide stops. And yeah, don't overdo it. This didn't work out as a big trend as I was expecting, but then again, I think I know what's going on. This is the Globex chart. Let's actually use the other chart. Well, this is the Globex chart for the daily, right? And now if you, oh no, it's the RTH. So what I think is happening is we have this big massive sell. We're forming a micro wedge here. We'll probably get down again and form a little small wedge before we start to reverse. And maybe we'll have a little, something like this in the opposite direction, up and down, up and down. I don't think we're gonna have a massive breakout. I think there's just too much selling here for us to have, be something like this, how we're having this choppy thing because of this. Or it would be, excuse me, about to sneeze, like this. It will be like this. I think what's actually happening is literally like you've had this and you're going to have a micro wedge form. This is a big wedge, but I don't think it's going to be a big wedge. I think it's going to be a micro wedge, something like this. This comes down a few more days before we sort of reverse. So I think that's generally what's playing out right now. Because again, we're too oversold. I mean, the moving average is here. It's kind of catching up. So maybe when we kind of go sideways and it catches up a bit, we'll get a nice bull surprise day, maybe a really nice big bar, pull back a bit and then start heading up a bit sideways, and maybe go sideways up just the same way we've gone sideways down. It's just an idea. All right, so that is my trading recap. I mean, it's okay, but not amazing. I mean, like I said, this was the best day. Did some really good trades there. This was okay until the FOMC started, and I just kind of took some stupid, dumb trades there. So tomorrow we'll see what happens. All right.